Hey guys, and welcome to my Moss Golems Power Slaying Guide. These are some of the best Slayer experience in the game, with Slayer experience rates going over 1.2 million base Slayer experience per hour. So when you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Moss Golems are a high level Slayer creature requiring level 108 Slayer, and of course Herbal or Prey and Summoning are recommended to have in the high levels because you need overloads, curses, and a BOB familiar holding lots of food. I also recommend you have level 90 plus combat stats, but if you have level 108 Slayer you definitely have 99 combat stats. Now, the Enhanced Devoted perk and Devotion ability are almost a requirement, and without them you'll have a very hard time surviving, even in Trim Masterwork of a Noxious Scythe. The Dwarven Cannon and all that core must be unlocked for this method to be as good experience per hour as it is, with the Dwarf Cannon actually beating the All That Coil in experience per hour in my personal testing. For this method, you need to have a Scrimshaw Vampirism, and the Vampirism aura does help out for that little bit of extra healing. You can use a Charming Imp for the charms, an Enhanced Excalibur for more healing, the Advanced Gold Accumulator on your tool belt to pick up the coins if you have it. If you don't, it doesn't matter that much, as you can still area loot. The Enhanced Devoted perk, again, almost a necessity. The Devotion ability, the Tusker's Wrath ability to do a huge amount of damage on task, and the Belated Dive ability to dive on the Golems for AoE damage with a dual wield switch, or you could use Laceration Boots with your scythe. Moss Golems have 35,000 life points and they are level 140 combat. They give you 2,951 combat experience per kill and 2,408.8 Slayer experience per kill. They can only be assigned by Akia Girl aka Laniakia and Morvran. Now, these do drop noted items which you can pick up, but the main reason you want to be doing these are for the incredible experience per hour in Slayer and combat, and for the chance of getting Cinderbane Gloves or an Ancient Elven Ritual Shard. These Moss Golems are also a pretty decent source of blue and crimson charms. As for a gear setup, yes, I know this is a very high level setup, but you want to have the max gear you can use, and anything below Elder Rune, Masterwork, maybe, Torvar, you could get away with Torvar if you still have all Torvar perked out, but if you're doing this in bundles, you will die and you will not have a chance of properly doing this task in the way I'll show you in this video. You want to have a Vampirism Aura, Amulet of Souls, Armor Spikes or Alloy Armor Spikes, which you can make for smithing, your Scythe, your best armor, Cinderbane Gloves for poison damage, and extra weapon poison plus or plus potion in your inventory for extra stack poison damage, your Ring of Death because you will have a high chance of dying here even if you're paying attention. Sometimes your prayer just drops and you get stacked out. It's a very dangerous way of doing Slayer, but it's 100% worth the reward in experience. As for your inventory, you want your Dwarf Cannon or all that coil. The Dwarf Cannon is actually better here, which I found from personal testing in terms of experience per hour. Your Overloads, Aggression Potions, yes, an Aggression Potion and a Cannon together to get even more Golems on you at the same time for more experience. Replenishment Potions, Sourdough and Brews or Blubbers for tick eating, Super Restores, Cannonballs, and of course, Selfish. If you can't use the PVM Hub portal or Max Guild portal to go to Solak and walk there from there, use your Ring of Dueling and teleport to the Castle Wars Arena, the second teleport. Then follow the video as seen. It's quite a long walk, so if you can attune your portal to the Solak area, you can get there much faster. From the Solak portal, you get there by walking like this. Once here, put your prayers on, your turmoil on, sip your overload, your weapon poison, put on your auto retaliate. I actually didn't do this in the first 5 minutes of this particular clip myself, and it does affect your experience per hour. Put down your cannon where I put it down, and turn it on. Start firing around. The reason the Dwarf Cannon is better is because it hits more enemies in range, and I believe it shoots faster and more cannonballs per hour. This also makes it slightly more costly, but by the time you've done a bunch of these tasks, you'll make it back by getting a Cinderbane's Glove drop or a Ancient Elven Ritual Shard. Now, what it comes down to is using your AoE abilities like Flurry, Quake, Hurricane, and Meteor Strike. But you also want to use Devotion as soon as it's off cooldown, because otherwise you will get stacked out and take a lot more damage. This is why you have the Yak for emergency food, because you will be eating food, and this task is literally impossible to do without a Yak. Now, you can actually do this task using Mage as well, and I believe you can put your spell to Blood Barrage, and all that core might heal you. I've actually try this out, but I didn't really find this to be much of use. And with melee, it's just much easier using your Scrimshaw Vampirism for that extra healing. The thing is, with magic, your Scrimshaw Vampirism does not work. It only works with melee. The Vampirism aura does work with magic. Now what you can do with magic is actually Ice Barrage them and stun them so that you take less damage and run away. But I find this personally to be slower experience per hour. Maybe it's just the way I'm doing it, and maybe someone who's watching can tell me that you can actually get more experience per hour. But I found the easiest way to get the best experience per hour here is by using melee. And even with auto retaliate off without stacking them up diagonally, you can easily get over 950k Slayer experience per hour here using the same setup I was using. And if you're good, you stack them up diagonally, use bladed dive, finish off the golems that are low HP first. Then you can get over 1.3 million Slayer experience per hour. But other than that, there isn't much more to this task. I've gotten a few requests to actually make this video for the people that didn't really understand how to do this task or weren't aware since my Slayer ranking video, which I'll link in the description below. But one-on-one, these are still 600k experience per hour or something, and this is just a way to double that experience. And if you actually do this on Double Experience Weekend, this task is actually insane. So definitely worth doing if you have the gear and the requirements met. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this Slayer video and found it helpful, and I'll be sure to make more Slayer guides in the future. I have quite a few planned and recorded already. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.